Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not, and we have moved on to the next chapter in Dis-Cember. One of my favorites growing up, Peter Pan. The tale of a boy who never wants to grow up, that was me, back in the day. And he goes to our world, and he meets Wendy and her two brothers, Michael and Bob. Mike, George and Michael, gotta have faith. No, George was the dad's name, and her two brothers. Whatever. Brings them to Neverland, and with the for Wendy to be the mother to the Lost Boys, but also Captain Hook and his pirates, including Smee, are also there, and they hate Peter Pan because reasons. They have a rivalry. Yes. So, start of this, I gotta say that it's always fun going back and watching childhood Disney movies, especially. I said, in my preview for this, that it was hard watching animated films. And sometimes it is hard watching animated films. I watch them with my son a lot, and it's better that way. But movies like this that I grew up with, easier for me, So I grew up with Peter Pan, watched it all the time when I was a kid. Watching it now, it still holds up for me. The animation is still pretty good. I love the music. Dun, 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 dun. Is that supposed to be like Peter Pan, Peter Pan? I don't know. And they get the song following the leader, the leader, the leader. That little sea shanty. Oh, friends with Davy Jones or whatever, that the pirates sing on the ship, and then there's you can fly, even the opening song, a second star to the ride, which was covered by Justin McCartney on one of the Disney Mania CDs. And, that's about it. Oh, and the song that probably wouldn't go over today, What Makes the Red Man Red. Yeah. Probably the only thing in this movie that I think would be very dated and very not done today. And I guess they also call them Indians, which is Native Americans now. Which, if you don't know why they called them Indians, it's because they thought they were going to India. So they called them Indians, but they found it's not India, but they still call them that, but they're Native Americans. And yeah, they go Redskins, Indians. Yeah, they go all out. Something that would not work today, Yeah, and that old song, which was a toe tapper when I grew up, but now I listen to it and I go, am I going to get shot for tapping my toes to this? Because it's still something I liked growing up. I don't know. And then you have Peter Pan running around with a headdress going, oh, yeah, no, they would not. I'm surprised this movie hasn't tried to get canceled like Miss Piggy or Pepe Le Pew. Because this, wow. But yeah, Bobby Driscoll as Peter Pan is pretty good, and Catherine Beaumont was also Alice in Alice in Wonderland. She's the voice of Wendy, and she's great. The dad, growing up as a kid, you see the dad. Oh, that's dad. He's a bad person, but he's sort of a contrast with Captain Hook, which is why it's the same voice actor. Much like in the play, it was the same actor playing those characters, and you can tell. I heard him. Is that the same guy? And I looked it up. It is the same guy doing the voice, but he's a little more British and refined when he is George, and then when he is Hook, he's that Peter Pan. He's full, but it's the same voice actor, and he does a good job. But of course, you got Smee, my man Smee, one of my favorite characters in Disney. Captain, no splash. I love Smee. Oh, and there's another song I didn't talk about because it's not really in the movie, but it's from the sing-along songs. Never smile at the crocodile. No, you can't get friendly with the crocodile. Don't be taken in by his welcome grin. He's imagining how well you'd fit within his skin. I got an instrumental version in this, playing for the small time that they show it, but yeah, and I do love the crocodile at the end. when Peter and Hook are fighting over the thing, and he's down there going, waiting for one of them to fall in, you know. And it's really weird because in this version, I always thought it was the crocodile bit off Hook's hand, but in this version, Peter cut it off and fed it to the crocodiles. I thought, maybe because I went by Hook my entire life. And Hook, I think the crocodile bit off his hand. I haven't watched Hook in a while, but I think that's how it goes in that one. I don't know. But, yeah. And then you have Tinkerbell, the bitch of Neverland. She's the jealous type because, he brings Wendy back. Peter brings Wendy back. She's jealous because she wants Peter Pan, but she's a little fairy girl, which is also played in Hook, where she has a thing for Peter. She even grows tall and kisses him, but that just reminds him of his wife, which, yeah, he's married. Moira, I love Moira. But yeah, and they go way too into it. Here it's more like a crush thing. There it's playing out she's in love with him, But, yeah. And, yes, let's talk about... So Walt Disney did not want to do a fourth wall-breaking moment. You don't know in the stage play, as well as in this Rankin Bass version that I had on a VHS tape. I think it's Rankin Bass. Tinkerbell drinks a poisoned drink and saves Peter Pan from being killed, and then Peter looks at the audience and clap if you believe in fairies, which is called back to in Hook. And I knew about that. I don't know if they did that in the Rankin Bass version that I watched. I had a lot of Rankin Bass ones on VHS. They're over here somewhere. But yeah, just in this version though, instead, it's a present with a bomb in it. And Tinkerbell was able to get out, but it explodes, but she doesn't get killed, I guess. And she is captured at some point, but then not captured. She gets out. I think she is. I don't know. But yeah. And I laughed my ass off at the end of this when he's got Hook and he's like, let me go. I'll let you go. Say you're a codfish. I'm a codfish. And then he's running away and he smacks into the freaking... Where he's on the boat that's me is pedaling and he smacks into the rock and falls down. His crocodile scatters after him. Who knows? Assuming he got away, who knows? He did, because there's Return to Neverland, which I'm going to cover. Not this year, but possibly next year. I'm thinking next year doing sequels. I don't know yet, because I'm not doing any Pixar movies this year either. I'm trying to see. Maybe I'll do Pixar and sequels. Who knows? I'm doing one franchise this year, which is what it is, but I had to do it to compromise with all the other stuff I wanted to do this year, so. But yeah, and Peter Pan is just a classic to me. I love it. Every time I watch it, it makes me feel, I'll Peter Pan, I've always wanted to be able to fly and, and all you gotta do is think a happy thought, have a little pixie dust, then you're on your way. I gotta sneeze, hold on. Maybe I don't. I had to, didn't, think a happy thought, add a little pixie dust, fly away, second star to the right, straight on till morning. The only problem is, how does that work from where you're at? They're in England, second star to the right, straight on till morning. It's not going to be the same. Like, you're not going to see that star at every point of the world, are you? Star to the right, straight on till morning. Typically, the sun is a star, just a big gaseous star, but I don't know. That never made sense to me. Like, can you find it from anywhere? If you're in America, second star to the right. I don't know, but yeah, on Tiger Lily. Yes, the Native Americans are a touchy subject in this because of the song, but Tiger Lily is this little girl who is somehow in the prequel Pan, that's a prequel to the Peter Pan story, but Tiger Lily is still there. older. I don't know. And yes, it is never outright said how you don't age if you go there. Maybe if you want to stay a kid, the Magic of Neverland does that for you. But if you don't, you grow up like Hook and the Pirates. Who knows? But yeah, Peter Pan is, like I said, is one of my favorite Disney movies, and therefore we're gonna sprinkle on some pixie dust. We're gonna think happy thoughts, and we're gonna go straight to the moon with this movie. It's one of my favorites. Love to watch it. It's fantastic. After I got done, I went, that's a good movie. Because, you know, the ending, too, with the dad, is he's perceived as this villain type character where he puts Nana outside and he tells Wendy, you're done after this. I don't know why he's Scottish all of a sudden. You're done after this. You're moving out of the nursery. And in the end, say, oh, I'm glad you changed your heart, George. You changed your mind, George. Yeah, well, you know. But it works. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Peter Pan? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And, yeah, next. It's a superhero story. That's Iron Man, but not Iron Man. Till then, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.